In this video, I'll reveal 8 types of people we should avoid helping. You might be surprised by the last one, but first, let's delve into a story that sets the stage for understanding this important lesson. Once, there was a farmer named Joe who lived in a small village. Known for his kindness, Joe was always eager to assist others. One day, he found a snake trapped in a snare in his field. Despite the danger, Joe felt compassion for the creature and decided to free it. He nurtured the snake, providing food and a safe space to recover. But once the snake regained its strength, it bit Joe and slithered away. Hurt and surprised, Joe realized that some beings, like the snake, remain true to their nature regardless of the help they receive. This story teaches us that, in our desire to help, we sometimes ignore the signs and end up getting hurt. It's crucial to recognize who we choose to assist, as not everyone will appreciate our efforts. Think of your energy as a battery. Some people recharge it while others drain it. Let's explore these energy vampires together. Before we start, if you find value in these discussions, please subscribe and click the bell to stay updated. Let's dive in. Number 1. The ingrates. Have you ever encountered someone who seems to have a black hole instead of heart? These individuals are never satisfied, always wanting more. Imagine being at a restaurant enjoying a meal when someone nearby loudly complains about everything, from the food to the service. That's the professional ingrate in action. So why are some people perpetually dissatisfied? Research from the University of California suggests that individuals with low self-esteem often struggle to feel gratitude, filtering out the positives and only seeing the negatives. While we shouldn't cut ties with everyone who forgets to say thank you, it's essential to recognize when someone is consistently abusing your kindness. As Richard Branson said, treat your employees as you want them to treat your best customers. This applies to all relationships. Think of gratitude as a plant. It needs care to flourish. If you're constantly watering a plant that never blooms, it may be time to reassess your garden. Be cautious not to confuse ingratitude with constructive honesty. A friend pointing out spinach in your teeth before a date is a hero, not an ingrate. The key is recognizing intention and behavioral patterns. A study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology reveals that gratitude strengthens relationships, acting as the glue that binds us. When dealing with ingrates, remember that your worth isn't defined by their lack of appreciation. As Carl Rogers said, accepting yourself allows for change. So if you encounter an ingrate, take a deep breath and evaluate whether they deserve your energy. If not, it's okay to step back. Self-care is crucial. Help others because you genuinely want to, not for recognition. Number 2. The lazy. Next up is the lazy individual, those who seem to have an allergy to effort. They always have an excuse for not doing anything, treating their couch like a throne. Picture a work meeting where someone claims they couldn't finish their report because my cat ate my motivation. That's classic laziness. Why do some people procrastinate? Research from the University of Calgary suggests laziness might be an evolutionary strategy to conserve energy inherited from our ancestors. Yet in today's world, this can be counterproductive. Procrastination not only hampers productivity, but can lead to increased stress and poor health, as revealed in the Journal of Psychological Science. Identifying a chronic lazy person involves recognizing their excuses, constant delays, and avoidance of responsibility. They are multitaskers of leisure, able to scroll through social media while complaining about work. Surrounding ourselves with lazy individuals can drag us down. As Jim Rohn said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose your company wisely to avoid becoming a sore thumb among slackers. Number 3. The irresponsible. Next, we meet the irresponsible, a group adept at dodging commitments. They seem to live in a world without consequences. Picture being on a boat with a hole, while others frantically try to fix it, and one person lounges claiming, "It's not my problem." That's the irresponsible in action. Helping the irresponsible can lead to frustration, as they often blame others for their failures. To manage this, invite them to reflect on their actions rather than solving their problems for them. Research by neuroscientist Richard Davidson shows that our brains can change, suggesting that even the irresponsible can learn responsibility. Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon." In this case, education includes learning to accept responsibility. Interacting with irresponsible people requires patience. Bertrand Russell noted that many troubles stem from the ignorant being overly confident. Recognize your limits, and when helping, practice the art of the firm but kind no. Sometimes the best way to assist someone is not to help them at all. Number 4. The manipulators. Now let's discuss manipulators, individuals who expertly exploit the goodwill of others. They use sincere attempts to help to serve their interests with no intention of reciprocity. Imagine playing chess, only to find your opponent moving your pieces without your knowledge. That's the experience of encountering a skilled manipulator. According to Stanford research, those with narcissistic and Machiavellian traits are more prone to manipulation. Develop an emotional radar to identify these individuals, as knowledge is the best defense. Think of your emotional well-being as a fortress. Manipulators are the invaders trying to breach your defenses. Signs of a manipulator include the emotional chameleon, who changes their demeanor to suit different audiences, and the gaslighter, who makes you doubt your reality. They also tend to undermine your confidence with seemingly innocent comments. Number 5. The Perpetual Critic. Next is the Perpetual Critic, adept at finding flaws in any situation. Their knack for negativity can be exhausting. You might recognize them by their persistent criticisms that often feel more destructive than constructive. Studies suggest chronic critics use criticism to establish power or project their insecurities. To combat their negative impact, maintain a balanced perspective. Remember, their criticisms often reflect more about them than about you. Set boundaries and steer conversations toward positive aspects. While constructive criticism can foster growth, chronic criticism only erodes self-esteem. Protect yourself from their negativity by cultivating a positive environment around you. Number 6. The Narcissist. Then we encounter the Narcissist, individuals whose self-love knows no bounds. Engaging with a narcissist can feel like trying to fill the Grand Canyon with a glass of water. They have a remarkable ability to turn conversations into monologues about themselves. Approximately 6% of the population exhibit significant narcissistic traits, which means you've likely encountered one. To manage a narcissist, set clear boundaries. The goal isn't to change them, but to alter how you interact with them. Employ selective validation. Reinforce positive behaviors while ignoring self-centered monologues. Recognize that healthy confidence differs from narcissism. The latter lacks empathy and sees others' successes as threats. Engaging with narcissists can strengthen your patience and compassion, offering valuable lessons in interpersonal dynamics. Number 7. The Opportunists. Next, we have Opportunists, those who thrive by taking advantage of others' generosity. They appear friendly, but are often seeking to exploit. Recognizing an opportunist involves noting their lack of reciprocity. They're always present when benefits arise but vanish during times of sacrifice. Harriet Breaker emphasizes that opportunists often induce guilt when their expectations aren't met. Dealing with them requires setting clear boundaries and managing your resources effectively. Ensure that any relationship fosters mutual contribution and responsibility. Number 8. The Envious. Lastly, we meet the envious, those who can turn joy into resentment. Studies show that envy often deteriorates personal relationships, as seen with lottery winners. This negative emotion arises when there's a perceived gap between what one has and what they believe they deserve. While envy can serve as motivation, it's crucial to manage it wisely. Interestingly, keeping your successes and plans private can shield you from envy's corrosive effects. Research indicates that those who keep goals secret are 70% more likely to achieve them. Recognize signs of envy, such as reluctant praise and minimizing comments. Develop an oyster mindset. Transform irritants into something beautiful. Remember, your value remains unchanged by others' achievements or failures. In summary, being selective about whom we help is vital for our emotional health. By recognizing these 8 types of people, we can protect our energy and invest in more rewarding relationships. If you found these insights valuable, leave a comment below and let's continue learning together. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe for more wisdom. Thank you for watching.